Hello and welcome. I'm Sarah, your host for this week's episode of the Sundance College podcast. Tune in each week for our latest industry insights, career advice, and student tips. At Sundance, we are a group of caring professionals dedicated to our students' success. Together, we work towards one common goal: supporting our students on their journey to a new career and a brighter future. And today, we have an exciting episode for you. We'll be discussing pharmacy assistant job interviews, what to expect, and how to prepare. Pharmacy assistant interviews usually cover accuracy with prescriptions, customer service, and pharmacy software. To prepare, review your practicum experience, practice common interview questions, research the employer, and dress to impress to show you're right for the role. Think of a pharmacy assistant interview like a prescription. The employer already knows what they need: precision, reliability, and a dose of customer care. The interview is how they check to see if you're the right medicine. The way you come across in the next 30 minutes, from your posture and clothing to the way you answer their questions, is crucial to proving that you're the cure for their staffing headache. Here's exactly what you need to know before you start your interview. What employers want in a pharmacy assistant. Pharmacies are busy, detail-driven workplaces where mistakes simply aren't an option. When employers hire a pharmacy assistant, they're not just scanning resumes for someone who can follow instructions. They want proof that you have the specific skills needed for the role. These are the skills you need to make sure you demonstrate during your interview. Essential skills for pharmacy assistants. The skills the employer is going to ask you about in your interview are the same ones pharmacy assistants rely on every single day. They're looking for more than just yes or no answers. They want clear examples that show you've built these abilities. Mathematical accuracy. You may be asked how you'd approach calculating dosages or checking prescriptions. Employers want to see that you're comfortable with numbers and understand why precision matters. Medical and pharmaceutical knowledge. Expect questions about drug interactions and anatomy basics to confirm you can connect what you're dispensing with how it affects patients. Ethics and privacy. Interviewers often ask how you'd handle a situation involving patient confidentiality. Knowing HIA and FOIP standards helps you give a professional, compliant answer. Technical competence. Don't be surprised if you're asked whether you've worked with pharmacy software. Familiarity with systems like Kroll set you apart from other candidates. Communication and professionalism. Employers want to know how you'd handle different client personalities, how you would address their concerns, keep them calm, and clearly explain important instructions in a way they'd understand. You need to demonstrate that you'd remain calm, communicate clearly, and provide examples from your practicum. The more you can show how you've developed these skills, through training, practice, and examples from your real-world experience, the stronger your answers will be. Common pharmacy assistant interview questions and answers. Before the big day, make sure you review common pharmacy assistant interview questions so you walk in prepared. Here's what you'll most likely be asked, and how you can deliver a solid job interview answer for each of them. Why do you want to be a pharmacy assistant? Why employers ask this? This is often the very first question. Employers want to see whether you understand what the role actually involves and whether your motivation lines up with the requirements of the job. A vague answer like, "I like helping people," won't cut it. How to answer. Connect your motivation to the skills you've gained during your training. Show that you understand both the technical and client-focused sides of the role. Draw on your practicum experience to show that you've already had exposure to the environment you're applying for. Example answer. My motivation to become a pharmacy assistant comes from wanting to make a difference in people's daily lives. During my training, I enjoyed seeing how certain actions like preparing prescriptions accurately or answering customer questions helped both the pharmacist and patients feel supported. This role lets me combine my organizational strengths with my interest in healthcare. How do you ensure accuracy with prescriptions? Why employers ask this? Accuracy is the core of pharmacy work. A single mistake can cause serious harm, so employers want to know you have the training and habits to prevent errors. They're looking for awareness of procedures, attention to detail, and practical steps you've learned and practiced. How to answer. Highlight specific methods you were trained to use. e.g., pharmacy calculations, double-checking dosage, following established procedures. Mention your practicum experience to show you've applied these methods in a real pharmacy setting. Keep the focus on patient safety and professional responsibility. Example answer. In my training, I learned to use pharmacy calculations and proper procedures to check dosages, conversions, and labeling. During my practicum, I made a habit of double-checking prescriptions against the original order and using the Kroll system to catch errors. Following these steps consistently is how I make sure prescriptions are accurate and safe for every patient. Tell us about a time you handled a difficult customer. Why employers ask this? This question evaluates your customer service skills and how you adapt when patients have concerns. Using the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, can help you give a structured, memorable answer in your interview. How to answer. Choose an example from experience you've gained. Example, your practicum. Show how you remained calm, listened, and worked toward a positive outcome. Emphasize empathy and professionalism. Example answer, STAR method. During my practicum, situation, a customer was upset about a delay in filling their prescription. Task. I calmly listened, explained the reason for the wait, and reassured them we were working as quickly as possible. Action. I offered to call them the moment it was ready, and they left, reassured, and returned later in a much better mood. Result. Since then, I've used the same approach whenever I deal with frustrated customers, and it always prevents situations from escalating. What would you do if you couldn't read a prescription? Why employers ask this? Prescriptions are often handwritten or abbreviated, and errors in interpretation can be dangerous. Employers want to know that you'll follow the correct pharmacy protocol rather than guessing, and that you understand that your role is to support the pharmacist, not make independent decisions. How to answer. Stress that you would never guess or rely on memory. Explain that you would seek clarification from the pharmacist. Show that patient safety comes before speed. Example answer, if I couldn't read a prescription, I would immediately bring it to the pharmacist to clarify. Clear communication and following pharmacy protocol are critical in these situations. It's better to ask questions and be certain than risk a mistake with a patient's medication. Are you familiar with pharmacy software? Why employers ask this? Most pharmacies rely on digital systems to manage prescriptions, patient records, and inventory. This question is meant to demonstrate your technical ability and whether you're familiar with industry-standard pharmaceutical software. How to answer. Mention specific pharmacy software, e.g. Kroll, you've used in training and practicum. Highlight skills like entering prescriptions, processing billing, and managing inventory. Example answer, yes, I used Kroll daily during my practicum. Most of my day was spent entering new prescriptions by pulling them up in the system using the DIN, checking the patient's profile for allergies or interactions when the system flagged them, and then billing them directly or through their insurance company. Once everything was verified, I'd print the label and make sure it matched before attaching it. Using those steps over and over gave me some great practice with the system. How to prepare for your interview. Strong interview answers don't come out of thin air. They come from thorough preparation. The candidates who impress employers aren't the ones winging it. They're the ones who've already researched the pharmacy, revisited their practicum experience, and worked with Sundance College's career services team to practice their answers. Every inch of preparation makes you a more impressive candidate. Here's how to get yourself interview ready. Research the pharmacy. Before your interview, look into the type of pharmacy you're applying to. Every pharmacy has its own way of operating, and pharmacy research can help you answer questions about their procedures. For instance, a retail pharmacy focuses on fast service and customer interaction. A hospital pharmacy requires teamwork with medical staff. A long-term care pharmacy prioritizes coordinating with healthcare providers to manage complex medication schedules for residents. Depending on where you apply, you'll need to make sure you align with what they need. To understand them better, start by visiting the pharmacy's website, reviewing their mission and values, noting any community programs. Conducting pharmacy research beforehand gives you an advantage since you can connect your skills to the same systems or patient needs the employer handles daily. Practice common questions with the Career Services team. Your pharmacy assistant diploma program would have already prepared you for your job search through the career management course. You could take it one step further and reach out to a member of Sundance College's Career Services team for some one-on-one coaching and interview practice. The whole point of our diploma programs is to prepare you to start a new career, so every Sundance College student benefits from lifetime access to our Career Services team. We're ready and waiting to help you research the company, help you hone your answers, and even act as the interviewer to practice with you. Tim H., Assistant Education Manager at Sundance College. By using every resource at your disposal before your interview, you remove the guesswork from the day. You'll walk into that interview room prepared, polished, and ready to perform at your best. Review your practicum experience. Your practicum is often the strongest foundation you can draw on in a pharmacy assistant interview. Employers want to see how you've already applied your training, and your practicum gives you a lot of material to work with. Here's how your practicum experience can work to your advantage in an interview. Reference certain situations. Use your practicum to talk through specific scenarios you handled, such as processing prescriptions in Kroll or assisting with refills. Highlight daily responsibilities. Share how you carried out routine pharmacy tasks like updating patient profiles, preparing medications for pharmacist review, or handling billing. Bring out your soft skills. Point to moments when you supported patients, collaborated with pharmacists, or managed your time during a busy shift. Connect it back to the role. Relate your practicum experiences to the type of pharmacy you're applying to, whether retail, hospital, or long-term care. By reviewing your practicum and preparing a few strong examples you can use for common questions, employers will come to see that you've already got the skills and experience they've been looking for. Dress professionally and bring your resume. Your appearance creates a strong first impression. Choose professional interview attire such as dress pants, knee-length skirt or professional dress, button-up shirt or blouse, blazer or suit jacket, optional but adds polish, closed-toe dress shoes, minimal simple accessories, neat and natural makeup if worn, clean and well-groomed hair. Avoid casual clothing like jeans, sneakers, or too many accessories so you can make it clear to the interviewer that you're a professional that's serious about the role. Additionally, bring extra copies of your resume to show you're organized and prepared. Not every interviewer will have your resume on hand, so providing a copy helps them follow along as you talk about your practicum experience and skills. Be prepared to discuss availability and working hours. During a pharmacy job interview, employers will ask about your availability. Pharmacy hours can vary widely depending on the setting. For example, local retail pharmacies often have evening and weekend shifts, while long-term care pharmacies may require early mornings or overnight coverage to support healthcare facilities. Be prepared to clearly explain when you can work, noting any restrictions as well as your flexibility. Being upfront about your schedule shows reliability and helps employers see how you will fit into their team's needs. How Sundance College helps you succeed. Reading sample answers to pharmacy assistant interview questions can only take you so far. At the end of the day, employers don't care how many blogs you've skimmed, they care if you can actually do the job. That's where Sundance College comes in. With instructors who've worked in pharmacies for years, practicum placements in healthcare settings, and a direct focus on getting you hired, our program transforms you from having no background to being fully trained, skilled, and supported, ready to prove you're the best person for the job. Here's how we get you there. Industry-experienced instructors. At Sundance College, you learn from experienced instructors who have worked directly in the industry for years. With small class sizes, you'll be able to connect with your instructors better, allowing you to ask questions and pick their brain about what it's really like to work in a pharmacy. Up-to-date practices. Instructors introduce you to the software and procedures pharmacies use today. Applied learning. They show you how pharmacy tasks are carried out through hands-on learning, from prescription entry to patient support, so you can practice them during your training. Career connection. Instructors explain what employers look for in new hires and point out how your coursework matches workplace expectations. Interview preparation. They help you turn practicum experiences into clear, specific answers that show employers you are job ready. They bring current industry practices into the classroom, showing you how tasks like prescription entry, customer service, and inventory management are handled in various pharmacy workplaces. Their insight helps you connect what you learn to what you'll do on the job. Practicum placement included. The program includes a practicum where you'll get hands-on experience in a pharmacy workplace before graduation. This training allows you to apply your classroom knowledge in actual pharmacy settings such as retail, hospital, or long-term care pharmacies. During your practicum, you'll practice key skills like prescription processing, patient interaction, and stock control, so you'll already have experience to talk about once you land an interview. Career services. Sundance College diploma programs are not only designed to train you for a new career, they're also designed to get you hired. Every diploma program includes a career management course to teach you essential job search skills, and every student has lifetime access to our career services team to help with resume and cover letter writing, interview prep, and even practicum placement. Your practicum will give you great examples to share, but practicing how to talk about those experiences will make the biggest difference in your interviews, says Tim H. With Sundance College's career support, you'll be able to turn your lived practicum experience into sharp answers to job interview questions. Career pathways after graduation. Graduating from Sundance College's pharmacy assistant program will prepare you for a wide range of pharmacy assistant jobs. You will be equipped to pursue roles like retail pharmacy assistant, assisting customers, processing prescriptions, and maintaining inventory in community pharmacies; hospital pharmacy assistant, supporting pharmacists and medical teams with medication preparation and record management in a hospital environment; central fill dispensary assistant, working in large-scale facilities that dispense and distribute prescriptions for multiple pharmacy branches; pharmaceutical business development assistant, contributing to sales, client support, and product administration within the pharmaceutical industry; pharmacy administrative professional, managing office operations, billing, and documentation to help keep pharmacies running well. With a Sundance College Pharmacy Assistant diploma, you've got the skills to take on any of these in-demand career opportunities. Preparing for a pharmacy assistant interview isn't just about memorizing questions and answers. Employers are looking for proof that you have the skills, knowledge, and experience to work in their pharmacy and add value from day one. That proof comes from career-focused training. When you've been trained by instructors who've worked in the field, practiced real pharmacy tasks in a practicum, and learned how to turn that experience into clear interview answers, you're not guessing what the best answer could be. You're simply explaining what you already know how to do. That's the difference between being interview-ready and job-ready. Prepare for a pharmacy assistant career with the right training. From hands-on learning and practicum experience to job search guidance, explore Sundance College's Pharmacy Assistant Diploma page to get the skills, knowledge, and support to succeed. Pharmacy Assistant Job Interview FAQ. What is the job outlook for pharmacy assistants in Canada? The job outlook for pharmacy assistants is strong. Government of Canada projections show thousands of new job openings over the next decade and not enough skilled professionals to fill those spots. That means trained candidates are needed, quickly. How long is the Pharmacy Assistant Diploma at Sundance College? Complete a Pharmacy Assistant Diploma program at Sundance College in 43 weeks with a 7-week practicum included. This program length helps you quickly get the practical skills you need to start your career in under a year. Can I study for a Pharmacy Assistant Diploma online? Yes. Sundance College's Pharmacy Assistant Diploma program offers online study to help give you the flexibility to learn while balancing your home, work, family, and other commitments. What skills do employers value the most? Employers look for key skills like proficiency with pharmacy software, accuracy, attention to detail, customer service, and communication. Being organized and able to work well in a fast-moving environment are also important qualities to demonstrate. What should I wear to my pharmacy assistant interview? For a pharmacy interview, you should wear professional business attire. This includes dress pants, knee-length skirt or professional dress, Button-up shirt or blouse. Blazer or suit jacket, optional but adds polish. Closed-toe dress shoes. Minimal, simple accessories. Neat and natural makeup, if worn. Clean and well-groomed hair. Can practicum experience help in interviews? Absolutely. Practicum experience shows employers that you've had hands-on experience in an actual pharmacy setting, giving you the opportunity to share examples of how you've already worked with pharmacy software, followed specific procedures, assisted with routine tasks, and adapted to the workplace's pace. That brings us to the end of this week's episode of the Sundance College podcast. Thank you for listening, and please check back next week for more of the latest industry insights, career advice, and student tips. Sundance College, where our mission is student success.